Nier Replicant game called. I was like, where am I? Where am I? It started to be a little bit like, somewhere in reality. Of course, now I'm for Nier Replicant with the Mythical Forest. I had to redo the last part because I redid the Yank thing. I mean, I did off screen, of course, but I redid the Yank thing, the Junko thing, because yeah, we failed that quest, right? We failed that quest. That was super annoying, so I redid that quest. But now we're here. I'm just gonna push this thing. And also, oh, sorry, this is weird. Yeah, the lamp here. Bam, that's all. I was like, why is it so dark for? I just have my lamps on. Good. There we go. Okay, let's start playing the game. So, my lamps on. I haven't been doing. I haven't been skipping anything, but I did used to start off this, or kind of this very short side quest, back to the lighthouse woman, right? The lighthouse grandma, and you have 3 options here then. So basically, this quest is just like you go here, talk to this man, go down in the basement again, right? So it's a super quest. Anyway, the real thing here is that you can give no one the jewel, right? The tier, Bird Lighthouse. This is back to, and this is like her granddaughter, or like her lover's granddaughter. So that's why I'm going for this one. We should just sell it. You get the same money, I think. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna give it to the client because. Yeah, because the client is like it's like her granddaughter or something like that, or at least the granddaughter of her lover or something, right? So it's somewhat interesting, I think. Ara, indeed. Yeah, so it's her grandfather is the one that the lighthouse lady was together with. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's right. Go to Mythical Forest now, primarily in this playthrough. But I've cycles to do, right? And yeah, I redid the last playthrough then. Just so I could get the bag quest. Otherwise it failed, right? So again, the game has a lot of quests you can fail. You can fail all the quests basically if you don't do them before go to the man, right? You can also fail the ferryman's quest. His wife's anniversary gift will fail if you do the junkyard and then you pick to go to him or the Popola. Popola's to mention him, and then he's gonna be missing. You can't make the quest, right? So what I did early days, I replayed the young place just so I could like give him the finish that quest. And I don't know if it's gonna be different now, but maybe he's gonna not lose this guy perhaps. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but maybe it's different now, given that he's not. Yeah, because I mean I think it's like dies or something otherwise, and you probably lose the fairy thing permanently. But now having done this quest, maybe he won't die or something. I don't know. I don't know what the difference would be actually. I think he actually is like dead or something if you don't do this quest. Which will then make you like lose this teleporting ability right if you do this. So doing that side quest is really important. I mean, just for making time as well, right? I just have to of course start running again all the time between the. Is Nightingale down there? Oh, okay. This whole super annoying flower thing is the worst quest in the game though. So when I started this save here, I had 0 or like 1 of. Oh, it's ridiculous. So you need to do this. This flower thing, it takes like at least 1 day, and I've tried to change my console timer, didn't help, I don't know why. But yeah, so you need to plant like gold, blue, this kind of thing. And then it's randomized if you get the indigo thing. And then with the indigo, you do the indigo with the red to get pink moonflower, right? That quest is super annoying, and yeah, I got like none of them doing this quest. So it's just random, like it's just random. Super annoying. It takes you like 2 days to verify what you get, and then you can get random. And I don't know, maybe you can get different flowers if you like reload the same file, but I doubt it. But it might maybe make it different. Yeah, but that's super annoying. So I got nothing from that. I got seriously, I think I got like 1 or yeah, it was pointless. So now I need to wait for another 2 days with this quest. So it's a really annoying quest, seriously, it's a really annoying quest. And as I mentioned, I tried to you know, make it faster by like changing the timer on the console, but it didn't help. So I don't know why. It depends on how it's coded, right? If it looks previously, or if it's like coded by. That being said, though, I tried it once, time frame, and I went up there. Maybe I have to leave the city, maybe. So, okay, maybe it's something else. I don't know. Maybe I have to go in and out of the city with different time frames or something. But, oh, I don't know. But, well, anyway, now we're going to go to the Mythical Forest. This is the main quest. And I'm going to see if maybe there's more vision novel stuff. That was interesting last time. Weird and interesting. So what happens. We have like one mini quest here too, one side quest going here. There's one side quest here. That's a kids game. So let's do that. Yeah, this is the horrible dream place. Super annoying. Let's save here and you get stuck in this dream world. Super frustrating place. But there's also a quest here. I mean, like a side quest. This thing, I think it's yeah. The keys lies here, right? And this, I have no idea what it's a damaged map, but it's a map too. Let's try it. Yeah, so Kami key, divine tree, or god tree. Was yeah, divine. Oh yeah. There's a dungeon here now. I don't know, last time you used to go there, you do the novels. Right? Nothing has happened. These people here are stuck in the... If it's here, it would be easy, the fragment. Okay. Here we go. I mean, it could be a dungeon here. Open up the branches here. Turn it off. Of the shades. It's more novel. Of course it's novel. Oh, that is a novel thing. Well, this tree might have some memories of the past then. Yeah, the planets failed. But I guess this tree might be a man-made, you know, like a memory, like a computer. It's actually like a memory thing. Like it's supposed to just, you know, remember everything happened on Earth before this. Yeah. Probably shades then. Yeah, the Black Tarot. It could be me talking about. Yeah, it could be Yona, right? NBA. It's probably Kaine then. Drakengard is in yeah, he's a dragon, so Drakengard said it. Might be Drakengard backstory as well. I'll see if memory comes in. I guess the tree is creating this nightmare dream though. Okay. Look at that, the tree. Satisfaction, conviction memory. Or a green of envy, right? Huh. Let's back to this thing again. Oh, no storyline? Oh no. Just wanna see the kid quest line. Okay, what is this? Kid quest, however. Okay, me and my voice. And then corpse. My wife was dead, wasn't it? Yeah. And my wife was killed. My wife too. Again. This stories are great. What? What? How do I like? You're supposed to like figure out something? What? What? This is probably the quest to the kill nation. This person done. Holy shit, another one. Oh, yeah, same thing. On the very day. Oh yeah. What is this? What is this game? You didn't answer that, okay. Yeah, that was fruitful. What was the mayor said? Is it the same thing now? Holy shit. Therefore, so, in fact, furthermore, good. What? I'm supposed to do here then. Let's play the tree again, but so I mean, I think it's turn request. I mean, I would guess it is supposed to be. Oh, okay. Actually, that was supposed to be that thing. That is a found it. Go back to. Newton? Why did they mention nothing? I mean, I'm blind. I didn't mention envy. They mentioned envy. What envy brown for? Probably more questions. Probably read more. Whatever. I hope I can do the next one correctly. Grief versus motion by comparison. Black's a pit. What? No, I picked another one. Does it change every time? Do you have to actually read it? Does it like change every time? What? Well, the greed was when a young boy died. Yeah, they put the shade. He's the one that has a greed issue. Yes, he reads. And envy, I mean. The trees go craft for story instead of. But it's like nothing, there's no color mentioned there, what? There's no color mentioned with the envy though. Of course, envy is green, but yeah, green. So last time, so I guess I don't change them. She lost 63. What? Okay, so the first time it was deficit 3. Okay, okay, damn it. So it does change every time. So I read the first time, like, deficit 3. Oh, come on. Oh, it's gonna be annoying. Can't read again every time though. Something changes then. Okay, so it's at 3 now. So this actually changed every time then. Well, that is definitely. You have to reread. I mean, at least I know what to read the 2 first questions, but still. Oh shit. Ah. So now you cut this guy. Yeah, green. Now it's going to be 23 then. What? I mean, they're all Yona with my sister, but I mean, like, yeah, this one is the closest to Yona, I guess. That was strange. There we go. Mythical 3 Forest. Maybe you could fail the last, I don't know. But this one is what to do here though? What do you do? Like, yeah, what's supposed to do here? I'm gonna shit anything. What am I supposed to do here? Maybe nothing, I don't know, this guy's like around. Mythical Forest. Last time it was riddles, right? Last time we were here, it was riddles. You had to actually answer the riddles. Well, what is it about now then? I was like, what does it do now when you're... I have no idea this be anything. Whatever, I was gonna assume this something now. Sounds more interesting. I still don't fail because I hope so on it. If I go with the popular, that's like the trigger of the popular going there, that's a trigger of losing out on the Kaine-chan!
Yeah.
It's like the end. This was automata, you have different endings, you know, depending on something. Yeah, you died.
その実は毒の塊なんですよ。あんな毒々しい模様をしてるんですから食べるものじゃないと。助かった。子供だけ？まさかあの子もこの実を食べたんじゃ。
They were amazing. Your stomach is farther than your mouth is on, yeah. Of course, Kaine is like, no, I like poison. That what empowers me. Yeah, the Nier brother, Nier bro. Could turn quest, I guess, before we go in. I feel great. I love it. The Kaine is like, oh, awesome. Yeah, the hussy organ is fit as her mouth, exactly. No, I give it the book, man. So this is more with Kaine, man. So like, it's kind of futa genes, you know. It's powerful, it can eat anything. Return this question. Now we're going back to the young place. And hopefully we get deeper down there because we still lack so many items. I mean, half the quest I feel like it's like grinding them at the young place. Well, maybe we can buy them from the maybe we can buy them from the perhaps. but mostly it's like following them. Just gonna save the kid while I'm at it. Then we go to the young place again. Yanko place. Man, that was an awesome Zombieland Sega last episode. Junko-chan! Where is the sick kid? Oh, comes it. There's one kid up here that's like sick. That's the quest guy. Oh. More antidotes. Who's the quest? Well, this is the start of the quest, I suppose. Okay, good. We got the quest here. Devola-chan.
どの仕事をしよう。洋館の執事からの依頼だ。依頼人の場所は。
I thought it was Sebastian or it's called a follow-up on that quest. Very likely a follow-up on the previous quest with the library shape we did last live stream. Probably. Okay, so I think we have. I'll say that's the most quests. We're getting 69A. Getting closer. This one I have met. This boss stuff is really hard right now. Like I'm too low level for that one. This one of those young places. You need to farm 6 more alloys and 8 more motors. This is the flower one, the hard one. Yeah, the flower one is super hard. This one I have no idea. You have to find cargo at different shores. This one is super annoying too. You need 3 more. Yeah, so 7 more. This one we could do at boss otherwise. The Mandrake one. But I think we probably are gonna get a facade later in the main story here. At least I know that there is one room we haven't entered yet in the sand dungeon, right? So one quest should go there at least. But now this might be tricky though. Maybe here you are gonna fail quests if you keep going in the game. So I'm a little bit like, here it might be, maybe you should do all the side quests. Because yeah, when you go to Popular, that's when you're gonna lose at least one side quest. So this might be kind of one of those, you know, I would call it like the ending of the side quest. Whatever. I'm gonna need a board for my clan up here. There's also what herbs help the herbs here, yeah, like the biggest amount of herbs here. Come on. That's easily the best way to farm herbs. It's just insane amount of herbs. Those one here to inside here. Hopefully some quests on trade now, and also...
完成したらお手紙で。ありがとう。ところで本日はどんなご用ですか？
Wasn't it quest though? Wasn't it quest to go back to the brother? What? It was later then, but wasn't that the quest line?
ありがとう。
That's not what it said. What? I didn't get a letter from him? What? Is game joking? The game was like, let's go back to the brother. Do I have a ladder here or something? Oh god, it doesn't matter, but man, this seems to be stupid in the game. Oh, where do you go? I'm gonna teleport, you know. I'm gonna teleport back. It's again, he immediately has to first go home to get his ladder, and then you can go to something. This wouldn't surprise me, but it feels very, this is stupid. Like, because the game was like, let's go back to the brother, or, you know, yeah, let's do, he had told us, so he went to him instead. Like, why do you have to read the letter from him first, right? This is extremely stupid, because he sent the letter anyway. Holy shit. Holy shit, man, that was stupid. That feels really stupid. Okay, so you have to, yeah, that's how you said, right? You have to actually. Oh, man, it was necessary immediately to run the first. But come on, yes. I mean, if I go to him anyway, he's like, I will tell you when I am finished. But yeah, but you, if you're, yeah, this is bad, man. Because why would that why would that person be like, I send you a letter, right? But it's like, yeah, I didn't read that, but I'm here anyway. Wouldn't you just tell me what you want, right? Why would you be like, oh, that's just silly. That's just silly. Have to read the letter person. That felt stupid. That felt very stupid. Whatever. Well, yeah, I need to go here to get, you know, whatever main quest, but also especially a lot more items for the side quest. So, but I want to start with the junk place anyway. So here we go. Now then. There's robots. Well, this is probably the fragment course. This is certainly the fragment, right? Iron will. It's better. Extra heavy though. And has weaker magic. It doesn't sound much better at all. It sounds like it does less damage. This doesn't sell the alloy. No. It has a lens though, but it's very expensive. Yeah, 10 lenses. Can upgrade maybe my Phoenix dagger. That'd be nice. I can. What magic in that one? There's something easy to upgrade, like steel or something. I need alloy for my quest though. That's good. The Phoenix dagger for my. Erase the quest, right? Oh. Well, it was new though. He didn't give me any code. You didn't tell me where it is though. You didn't give me like a new code or anything. He's like, defeat the robot, but where is it? Maybe it's down where I was last time. Maybe it's down where I went the last time. Something happened when you went there. You just went in like a circle. You didn't have to go in deeper, I guess, but... perhaps. So you didn't give me anything new to go to. They still is the room on the lower floor. Never does anything. And maybe something there now. This I don't get in a game. Like why is it here for? Why yeah, this is like why? Why man? Like why do I have to push this thing in? It doesn't add anything. It's boring. Like it doesn't add any positive thing. It doesn't teach you how it works. I don't know. Maybe it's not the first time you see a pushing box anyway. It's a bit of a learning curve. It's kind of boring. But yeah, they're here first. But here's like a weird room that never does anything. You go up here, and in the game here, it never, no, only ever happens up here. So here it is. It's going to map it. It's like a mini. Nothing ever happens here. Ever. I don't get this room for it at all. Like it never is. What does it is for that? I must even have enemies. Yeah, sure here, but I mean... I don't know. I'm still wondering about that room. Man. I'm just like... What's the point of it, guys? Switch, like A, more thing or something. This is right, yeah. You need, I think 8 more switch, I believe. Thing is that when I went in last time then, it's still locked. When I went in last time, you get the memorial going the north path. But if you keep going the other path, you get more alloys and so on, which you want, right? But for like side quest, and then you just and I went up again. So I guess the boss is somewhere on this pathway where we didn't meet anything. Yeah, last playthrough, in last stream we got through this. I guess the extra area. I guess the boss is probably somewhere here, though. Unless it's open here now. No. This is it. There's with Nishan dice. With my water. I have water in one. Okay, so last time, if you go to the like north and west area, up in that area, you get the memory alloy. You can probably leave this area after you get that one, right? But I went and did the whole place, of course, because I want to get more items, right, and find the fragment. So I'm guessing the right path now then is to go down, right, and go to the southern, like the southwest, kind of the deep place. That's where the boss is, right? Now then, when you have this quest. Probably. I'm guessing it is. Yeah, if it's strong. Yeah, if it's stronger now than I did before. Yeah, like you have a better weapon. I think I'm one higher level than I was last time. So just a little bit. Like they're dying from maybe one less attack there, one less sword strike. But the thing is great because it's magic. It's a lot more magical power though. It gives you, 70% magical power, which is really nice for yeah, because that's one. Where like this one's here, yeah, they're like 40%, right? So I just feel they're way worse because they're not that much stronger. They're slower, two-handed. Not that much, you know. I don't even know they do better DPS because they're slower. You hit harder, but it's slower. And then the magic is way weaker. So yeah, that's the point really. But of course, one thing though, bigger weapons, they do you know, bigger, grander swipe strikes. So you can easily cut more enemies. Let's upgrade my stuff here. Think about it. But actually, I don't know if I want. Okay, let's hide out that, but every now and then you in here and do this event. But I rather armor break here. I want like damage. Nothing here is damage. There's so many over here. You know. That's probably, I think, maybe better. 10% magical damage. Then my favorite one, Dark Vervamind. Let's see. Also uninterested in armor breaking that one. There we go. Still here, God. Why am I letting this thing do it by itself? I don't know, I can't see what the game wants me to have, right? But no, I don't need this at all. You need more damage, sadly. You don't need like more. I'm much rather have that one. I'm much rather have, yeah, faster MP recovery. That sounds way more effective than. There's no other damage increase here, right? No, let's take the MP recovery. That's way better. And here, instead of having better guard, which is really pointed to, you never guard out of the way. Some void stuff. Yeah, physical strength, I would say, is probably the best one. You can have. You can also have. That's way better. Oh, no, sorry. I don't have it only anyway, but I definitely would have. Let's set it in this state. You can press here. So I don't have the same thing. That's nice. And then my Phoenix blade. Up to that too now. Yeah, more damage. They also better like you have the drain health, you have the so on, but the enemies aren't that hard. So on a boss certainly, but running around, it's fine. Just having the. Someone's hack, honestly. But that is so much right now. If you do all of it right now, yeah, I do all it. Is that door locked again? The thing is, I do want to farm the mini boss. I need the drop strike, so I am willing to go to the mini boss again, honestly. Did it already once. I mean, it might be with possible, I mean, story-wise too, but anyway, you can follow the hold. Jump away. Whoa! Oh, come on! Again, this thing. But yeah, I mean, the game has some interesting visual, definitely. It's random, the game is fantastic. It's a very weird game, though, definitely. It's hard to compare Nier and the assets of other Nier games. I guess gameplay-wise is similar to like Bayonetta or other action games. And when I know what I got here, though, they're kind of pointless. I just want to get to the boss here. Ah, come on. Like idiots. The hills for the house. Anyway, it's not falling here now. There's a big hole here. Here we go. There's like a boss in here. Next room, I guess this room. Yeah. What is it called like? What is it called again when you have a pair of holes? What's it called again when you have a pair of holes? I mean, I had watched Andy read, you know, Yuti right? That is some scary holes, man. One of Yuti's work is some gravid holes, right? And her face has all these small, tiny holes. That is pretty disgusting, man. They have this, all those like tiny holes. I can't remember what it's called now, but that I think is one of those phobias that makes sense. Very, very tiny hole phobia. This is the boss room, you know. I think it spawns after you kill all objects. Sword here. Here we go. Swords are great against enemies. Because the sword, of course, do destroy red balls. Purple balls can't be destroyed, but boss time? Oh. These are super squishy. That's like 2 bullets. No, it's like a phobia for very tiny holes. And the first step that it's uni, it's called something. Like search for hole phobia. I think after it was like that. It was anyway. It was very easy to look at his feet. So depending on what speed he moves, then you know what he's gonna do here. Yeah, I think it's was. That's quite easy. I just need trypophobia, maybe. Look what's that here. Yes, oh yeah, tripo. The I instead. That trypophobia. Yeah, that's like the fear of a lot of small holes, right, or bumps. But it's like I'm gonna watch it. Ito. Yeah, the Junju Ito. Put it on my Discord channel. This one. I put it on my Discord channel. Goddamn, you know, Ito Junji and he's speaking horror mangas. Holy, this manga is so. He's a whole horror manga. Man, that is some scary stuff, man. Put it on Discord channel. Yeah, that's some scary stuff. Trypophobia. That is one of the worst in the universe. You also have the whole ones. People are moving into Ito Junji. So the famous, it's like the father of horror manga. Then you have Usuga Waita. He's the guru artist. Grandfather of Euro. Even worse version. It's an anime though. Yeah, they made an anime of Ito Junji's. It's called Ito Junji's Collection. I read to it like 2 weeks ago, maybe. 2 years ago, I think. It's like one of the most. I don't know, like one of the worst. Yes, it is around there. Anyway, so south now. I think so. No, it's I can write it here. I can write it in the YouTube chat. Like that. Junji. Oh yeah, every time I see a cart in the game, I was thinking about Donkey Kong Country. You know, I grew up playing Donkey Kong Country, right? And I was like, the cart stage in that game was amazing. 32nd game. I also remember playing with my cousin. This is Google now. Now I have a cousin. He's like, he's a YouTube programmer. Kind of lead coder kind of guy on YouTube, a senior or whatever. So exactly it. Ben and we used to play Donkey Kong Country 2 then together. We were kids. It's 1 year older than me. Also that memory. This is so kind of this is gonna get really hard soon. I think. In reading it's kind of easy. You can't stop this card. You can only kind of change its speed to some extent. So you have to always keep moving. And it's more about trying to, you know, kind of adjust the speed right, depending on what happens. Automata is much harder though, so it's easy for that automata, but still though. It's probably more random though than one. It's gonna get really hard now, like now it's gonna get crazy. Like I don't know what the game's thinking here, it's like holy shit man, like and it's stuck on top of you and you're just like, god damn it man, like I don't know what you're thinking here. Probably out there. Yeah, this kid is crazy. Well, it's Yundi is something you want to read for light-hearted. I think they're gonna animate his Uzumaki. I have the book, I have all the manga. Yeah, I bought the whole, like it's like cool, like a one big volume of Uzumaki from my like $40 somewhere. So they're gonna animate Spiral Uzumaki, you know, like a narrative, which is like this weird thing where everything turns into spirals. It's a really good manga until the end. Spiral, I think it's a really good storyline, honestly, until it's the last 2 chapters. Then it goes really bad. There we go. Not boss. So here's Steeds. The trouble was not doing. You're right. Depending on what Pete uses, just different. But I think it's a typical thing though. I mean, I like it to Uni, but I think it's a good. I think it's a good example of where I feel with most horror mangas and animes, and generally horror. I mean, I've seen like almost every horror movie. So I like how horror movies are crazy, you know, even Hollywood horror movies are kind of whack. So I like it. I like the low-budget horror movies, but I think the horror genre has like a very classic issue. That's the ending, right? Usually, very rarely do they make the ending feel good, like either the plot holes or whatever, like it makes sense, or usually it's kind of the journey that works, and then the ending is usually kind of meh. It's Uni, I think, is a master of that. I think almost all of his long works are they're good until you get to the ending, and then he can't finish it, and he can't like make it believable the last chapters every down in time. I also like the Tomoe too. Yuni is the man behind this immortal horror lady, which he made many movies. So I have seen, I believe, all the Tomoe live action movies too. Though it's like 10 of them. Like it's like a lot of live action on that girl. It's about this. How to say it? Tomoe is like an immortal monster girl that is very beautiful, very fair, pale skin kind of girl. And then people basically kill each other and they fight each other over her, basically. That's kind of like her thing, I guess. Ah. Go. You need to get a bomb here. You trigger this right here. You use all your turrets to start spawning bombs. We need to get this one here. There's one here. We do explore if they die, so yeah. This bomb here. Boss. mean, of course you can have horror in anime. It's like any other, I mean, setting, right? I mean, it's all about how much can you be immersed. I mean, it's like anything else. Can you know, immerse the character, right? Like, can you feel the character's love or their pain or whatever, right? So I mean, it's all about cognitive empathy, how much you can like immerse into a fictional character. That being said, though, I mean, certainly most live action rely more like most many rely on slasher, right? Rely on the good slasher. There's probably anime, of course, a bit less of, or extremely more graphical. But anyway, yeah, what's a good horror anime? It's almost like, I think I've seen almost every horror anime and never liked that. Never liked any one of them, no. No, it's like, here we go, another boss. I think it's 2 here. He might be the real boss, maybe, if I'm lucky. Try to find his shade boss. It's gonna be the lighting one. Jump. Away. Oh. I couldn't see his leg there. More alloy. Oh. He's gonna spawn, I think, several of them. The hall and over. Oh. That's fine, yes. Oh, come on. Fine, fine. I mean, I don't know. I can't get a kill. Maybe horror. I wouldn't call it like a horror main genre, right? I wouldn't say that it's like. I mean, I would say it has some kind of, you know, depth or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't call it like a horror as its main aim, right? But I'm thinking, it's always a good question because I think I've literally like seen almost every horror anime, probably, that you would call horror. Like I can barely, and I can't even say which is my favorite one because it's like I've seen them all and I never really liked. I mean, and maybe it's like. I mean, in recent memory, of course, it would be When They Cry, right? When They Cry. That's a good one, though. When They Cry, in recent, yeah. But I think like this is an older one. But When They Cry is like a remake sequel. But so When They Cry, certainly, that's a good one. Even though I think that the latest one is kind of weird, because I mean, it's more a remake than a sequel. But it was called a sequel, but it isn't or it was called a remake, but it isn't a remake. So, in the end of it, it just gets kind of weird as an anime only. So I wouldn't recommend watching When You Cry unless you watch, of course, the original one first, because I watched the new one right last season, and I was like, it's pretty good, but it also is getting really like weird now. So I don't know. But the other one I think is really good actually. That's probably like more actually. The other one, When They Cry, Mineko. I mean, right. Seagull, Mineko. That I think is better. I like that one more than the other. Or the new one is called When They Cry. You know, what's called Sinchida in English, like the insect. But the other one is called Seagull, right? Mineko. I think it's better, in my opinion. I haven't finished the latest one though, so it's like a same course. So I'm hoping I'm going to the boss now, because last time I was here, he just was over here, and the brother the quest giver didn't tell me like, you should go to this door. He was like, get revenge for my brother, and I'm like, maybe if you could specify where I'm supposed to go. I don't know, but I think it is better. What more horror anime have I seen actually that I think good? I do think that King's Game is the worst anime ever in history. So I do recommend watching King's Game to laugh at it. I mean, I watched King's Game, right? And it's like the worst thing ever. Like literally, I think King's Game is the worst anime I've seen in my life. and it's just so bad King's game that it becomes like good, I think. Like it's just so bad that it becomes hilarious. I guess Tokyo is like horror anime-ish. I think the problem with most horror anime, or not horror anime itself, but here we go. Make that bob now though. No? Yes, at least last time they didn't tell us to jump down. You had to jump down, because there was no other way to go here, so I jumped down. Okay, so it's probably was. It's a lot of like animes, you know, Elf Elite and so on. It has a horror thing, you know, Corpse Party. Deadman Wonderland is kind of horror. It depends on what kind of horror it is. Deadman Wonderland has a lot of horror, and you know, Death Note has the horror thing of him getting killed, and the Elf Elite is one thing in my head now. List here. Guns is kind of horror, it's true, and it's other work. I mean, in Yashiki it's like horror, psychological thriller, right? I think anime does a lot more like psychological thriller. You also have stuff like Baraka no Mono, when they are uninstalled, we don't have to die and so on. But yeah, unique collection is not it. I would call, I guess Promised Neverland is a good horror, kind of way, horror thriller, the first season. Then season 2 is horrible, but the first part is pretty good. Yeah, Tokyo. I'm looking at a lot of like lists here, all the horror animes exist. Yeah, Deadman Wonderlands are pretty. I mean, but that's the thing with anime. Is that horror then? Anime has a lot of those. It's new, I might well say it from myself, I guess. I mean, Deadman Wonderland is like a boy is taken to this park, right, to fight to death, right? Here we go. It's the actual boss. And last time I was here, it wasn't the boss. So it was kind of strange. The game allowed you to go here, and they just left. Felt really necessary. But anyway, it looks like the same robot, but yeah, it has the shaded guy, the pilot, right? The bastard. Almost kind of cute. But it's the same kind of robot though. The Wonderland has to watch the manga, the manga. I mean, yeah, the anime is season 1 of it. I read the whole manga, so pretty good journey. Started him with his whole class that he murdered. He gets the blame for it, the main character. So this like weird death sentence park kind of thing. It probably follows the same pattern as all the guys. Yeah, the one leg is for the one thing. Yeah, I think so. So the life points, another one. He's probably gonna have some other abilities eventually. Face, hopefully, finally, maybe. Okay, this is harder now when we did that thing. Pretty weak for a boss though in this game. Yeah, doesn't do much damage. Oh, come on. I just walked slightly too. I still didn't have another face though. So far it's the same boss face here. Not no other abilities, nor like summoning his so tankier. There we go. Yeah. So far she's a tankier version of the other boss. But now I probably get some real thing coming along here. Like it's gonna turn into some real boss mode. That's what I expected. It's always easy in beating, right? Here we go. Just kind of a fragment on his back though. and get like wings. Okay, here make him fly now then. Like a jetpack wing things going on there. Here we go. You can probably fly now, right? I mean, there's wings with like a jetpack on his back. There we go. Yeah. Oh, hold on now? What's happening? Interesting. Dive. Ah, come on. Kaine, block me. Right. Women, eh? That's my fault.
深淵なる英知の本人黙って戦えクズ神気が散る
So you can't destroy these boss, because what? They are immune to your bullets. Red ones you can still destroy yourself. Keep running up. Work. I think it's better to jump than to do the dash animation. Probably. Yeah, I think it works something. I have a very good weapon for magic damage, like 7% extra damage. I think it's pretty good against these kind of magic fights. Whoa. Not too hard though. Yeah, pretty easy boss. Unless he has another fight form. Maybe. Well, yeah, we have. Oh, shit. I haven't seen that timer come yet, of course. Maybe they changed the boss itself, right? This guy. Yep. No, it's shaking. Okay, well that was too hard. Huh. I have two sidekicks. I have my waifu and my best little brother friend. But Kaine is a famous waifu because she has an extra member. This is like the preload of automata here. The robots wants to have a friendship and they killed his Nisha. Well, he didn't kill his mom though. Mom was killed by the other robot though, so don't blame for his mom death though. Come on, that was like another guy. It's going crazy here. Yeah, so that he killed his brother. The robot in the automata list, they always do want like love and friendship as well. And this is kind of the beginning of that. Yeah, this is like automata preload, you know, before automata. These before automata. In automata, the robot wants to have children and friendship and so on. That's all they want, man. You keep slaying them, the character. Yeah, you keep like murdering them as the Yora units, basically. Like you are kind of the bad guy in automata, definitely. Looking for the robots somewhere. No quest fail, hopefully. Oh, good. Every time you complete something in the game, you have to look at you haven't failed the quest yet. I think not here anymore. I put it just later, probably. He's my blacksmith, man. I need him to do stuff. But yeah, I mean, you have your wife here, you know, and she has a no shin, so you know she's like an extra member. And they have my like skeleton, the brother here, kind of character for Emil. It's a kind of immortal, I don't know, Gorgon, I guess you call that. The game is super grindy. The game is so grindy. I keep saying it all the time. But so here you need like see here you need like 10 switches, right? You need 10 switches. I got 6 doing this main story here. So I need another 2, and I got 2 lenses, right? So I need to. You can't buy them. You can buy the lens, but you can't buy switch. Let's see. I think it's another one. Yeah, you need 2 more alloys. The game is. Did I say the game is grindy? That's what I mean. The game is so goddamn grindy. I'm gonna go in again and use fees. Getting those last alloys. Now we want to turn it over. I mean, now we did the main quest, right? So there's no way we're gonna go back in the order west. I think. Might as well finish it over here, right? So 2 more alloys, 2 more. So you can buy the lens for 1,000 gold each. What version I buy now? A grinding game is way better than I buy in a pay-to-win game. This is multiplayer. But the problem with this game, I think, is that it has a lot of quests, which are like, you know, get this, get this, get this, and that's fine. But it's always so many of them. It's like you need 10 of everything. And then in many quests you need the same item. So it's like you need like 30 alloys and like I think you need like 20 mutton chops or whatever. This is quite like why do you need so much for everything? I think that's where the game becomes grindy. And the drop rate is pretty low too on some of them, right? And fishing is kind of something too. You fish and it takes forever in the beginning of fishing. Fishing gets better though. That's the worst in the beginning because you have a hard time getting the right fish in the beginning. But later on, you can always get the right fish. Then you just actually get way better. Let's see, I just need to get like 2 more items. Then I probably never turn this place again. But you can't. Things you can't buy them either. You can't. You have to farm them. But I know what it is. Yeah, like no option here really. You can farm so much too much money. I believe only the mini bosses will drop the one I need, right? So I think the game is very popular right now, at least, you know, kind of player of the month, which is kind of, in my opinion, is kind of funny, right? Because Automata wasn't that popular when it arrived. I bought it in Hong Kong, Automata. I had it earlier. First thing I ever streamed in the channel. And yeah, when I used about the views, right, because Automata wasn't very popular actually when I was new. But this game is being kind of the remake of the game before Automata. It was a lot popular. Because now Automata is a very famous game and it won many prizes for it. So it's definitely the flavor of the week, I think, kind of game, right? I would obviously play this game anyway. This kind of game, one of the games that I off, right? The JRPGs kind of games, right? And, you know, weird, wild kids and so on. Well, Genshin Impact, I mean, certainly is a win, right? Most certainly. I mean, you can pay for upgrades and right? I mean, what can you buy in Genshin Impact? But you can buy better stuff, right? better items. You can buy. You can still farm it, but the thing is that to get the impact, you're clearly paying to go faster, right? So yeah, I mean, I would say it's definitely pay to win. I suppose the only difference to get the impact is that some games are, it's kind of hard to define it, but some games are pay to win, and you cannot even farm the item. You know what I mean? Like you can never farm the items. You're stuck at, you have to like pay to get the item. Some games are that like that, right? Then they're very like they're really pay to win. But most games in that kind of market, they are more, how to say it, you pay to speed up, right? You pay to like, this thing takes 3 days, or you pay for it. So they aren't like 100% pay to win because you can't actually farm it. The problem though is play the game on a very high level, if they have competitive in them, then they are going to be pay to win, right? Because you won't have time to be able to, not like farm them, but you know, like to level up, you need to pay either $1 or wait for 3 days, right? You won't be able to like wait for 3 days to play competitive. But here we go. So I need one more alloy. Should drop for this guy. Here. Then do the next quest training game. This is when the fairy guy maybe dies. I don't know, he died in the last playthrough then, but I think, but no, I have done his wife's wedding gift, so I think he might survive now. Let's see. Well, it depends, right? It depends. So, can you pay for advancing? I mean, obviously, a game that you cannot get items or worse. If you play any pay-to-play game, or pay-to-win game, then pay-to-win game, and you can't actually perform the item, right? You can only pay for it. Then I mean, I think it's really failing, right? The best thing, of course, is the game is purely like cosmetic or so on. That's the best thing, right? You can only, like in League, for example, Single Legends, right? You can only buy different skins or so on. That's the way to go, right? It's purely just what you buy, right? It's a bit cooler. Oh, come on. I was running away. Maybe the camera. Okay, I tried to, come on, I tried to fit it in as fast as I can here. Maybe? Let's see. Is that quest complete, perhaps? Hopefully. I mean, I don't want to farm it forever, I just want to get the quest right. This one, still 2 more switches, I think you can buy them. And the other one is this one. Nice. So that is done. I'm gonna cheat, just do a quick Google check, like where. I mean, I know they drop here, mysterious switch. I know they drop here, but like, who was the best place for farming on? What item? What you did it? The yellow robot. Okay, so the yellow one drops the most. Okay. My microphone level. Nah, I don't think it's good because it's too. I think the microphone level is. I think it's hard to make it sound good on PlayStation 4. I blame it on the because I mean, using my normal microphone, right? That's easy, but on the console one, it's really weird. So either it's gonna be really hard to hear me because it's gonna be too what's it called? The amp's gonna be too high, right? It's hard to make it sound good otherwise. Otherwise, my voice gonna be very distorted, I guess. I can speak louder then. Perhaps. But anyway, we're gonna get to the yellow robot more. 2 more. I hate this thing. This thing is stupid. This thing is goddamn stupid. So it's like I tried to troll bomb. You can't do it. This way, it is too far away from the door. That's the way to do it. Like that's stupid. That's the way to do it. No, but I mean, the game is still cost anyway. I mean, so now I lowered the game volume for me, but I think the game is still, you know, sending its own thing. I always feel so when I stream on the console. That it's really hard to like adjust the settings. Either why you... I mean, I don't know. I think it always gets kind of a weird thing when you do it. Nothing, yeah. I think it's hard because the microphone is bad, right? The microphone is bad. It costs us like amazing much money. That was, yeah, the microphone for the console is really bad. Still expensive. I mean, it's expensive what you get, right? Like it's extremely actually overpriced what you get. And you can't really like control it in a good way. And in that sense, I wish I was so lazy and bought like a capture card and I was streaming this game, you know, using my PC, right, instead of streaming using the console. But it's way easier to stream the console, you know, turn it on. But yeah, you definitely think I have a weird thing. And of course the camera angle. You're forced to follow the camera setting off the console. By being in the corner instead of being in the middle. It's definitely a lazy way to do it. But anyway, I'm gonna get 2 more goddamn switch here actually. But I think I find it down with the whole dungeon. I'll never go back here again. So we're gonna follow the yellow robots. I think the most of them are the whole face. Hypophobia. That's what I'm expecting I guess. I think it's one of the best phobias. Hypophobia, man. It's really kind of scary. Like it's one of those scary phobias. One phobia I really get though is what's called again? Whatever. Fear of clowns. If you ever watched Karakuri Circus, that's a horror anime. Karakuri Circus, yeah, that's a horror anime. It has a lot of clowns and it has this machine, automata. So it has both the automata phobia, which this game and me has automata phobia, and it has the clown phobia. The clowns. So if you're afraid of clowns and or automata, you should not watch Karakuri Circus. Man, that anime is freaky sometimes. There's one scene where Shirogane, the main female character, she's stuck in like a dungeon prison cell by her grandmother, puts her in like a dungeon and tortures her. And then they have this dancing doll outside her window, and she like scares her with kind of automata doll outside the prison window. And she's like locked in this torture cell. It's really weird, and you're like, what is this? That anime has some really scary moments. Has some really weird deaths and so on. There's one more, okay, one left. One left. One last one. But yeah, I mean, I watched every episode of Karakuri Circus. Karakuri Circus, it has one of the, like, arguably the worst pacing in anime history. So I should read the manga one day. We're trying to read the manga is a lot better. Because the anime has, like, yeah, the worst pacing in history of anime, probably. Maybe one of the worst, like, seriously. It's the weirdest pacing ever. I always remember that when I compare bad pacing anime. It's like, look at Karakuri Circus when they teleport and all this content suddenly. So my favorite moment in Karakuri Circus is when they go to what is it? The Sahara thing. Oh, desert. Yeah, Sahara. it is ridiculous. So what happens is that the characters, the main character, I guess Nishan. It's like 3 characters, it's like 3 main characters. It's like a trio, what's it called? Trio protagonist, whatever it's called. But anyway, so I'm just saying here, they're spoiling it too much, but basically, they are in Hong Kong, when Nishan he's in Hong Kong, right? And, or Hong Kong, it's in China somewhere, I think it's Hong Kong, or that area, I think it is, outside Hong Kong. And then he talks to his master or so on. And his master's like, oh, actually, I'm also immortal. I'm part of this clan, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, so I know that the bad guys, I heard that the circus, right? The circus, right? The evil circus that, you know, makes people sick right there. The evil circus, they are probably out in, like, the Sahara Desert. And it's like, okay. Then they then he gets attacked by this, I think one of the bad guys, and the dog is like fights him or something because the dog is also magical, and like his master's dog is like a immortal dog, but he also has the Shirogane bloodline thing, and it's crazy. By the way, after that part happens, he is teleported to the desert. That's the pace of the anime. So they have this fight. It's like, yeah, I heard like there might be in Sahara. Okay. Next episode, you just start with him being in the desert, and there's like no explanation how he got there. He's in the desert. It's like, you might go to the desert. Okay, and then like, I'm here now. And after that, later on in the anime, the other two main characters, we're searching for him right there, Nishan, and he takes a plane, you know, that episode, and he crashes in Japan. And it lands on them in Japan on like random, and it's just so weird. But after the Sahara Desert, he appears in, I think it's before or after that. But anyway, suddenly he's in America without any explanation. I think it is after that in the anime. Like he fights the bad guys, you know, the bad evil clowns, right, at the circus. And after he does that and is injured, he wakes up in like America. It doesn't make any sense. I think he's like in the Nevada desert, I think, from the Sahara Desert, and it's like it's not the same desert. And you're like, why is he here suddenly? Something like that. And then he's got, I think that is before, was it afterwards? And then he fights them. He fights the bad guys in the attacking the shield hospital, and he fights them. Then he gets a mask on. Maybe it's before actually. And then he lands in Japan with a train. And then he suddenly is in China. It's so confusing. I mean, can't even remember the order of the anime. Because the anime is so confusing when it gets to this really weird stuff. But basically, he fights someone, he wakes up in another country. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, and so on, and it's never explained. And then suddenly it's like a backstory of him and his twin brother 1,000 years ago or something. And and then suddenly it pops up from nowhere. And oh my god! And then they jump to space. The anime ends on the moon, man. The anime ends on the moon in character. It ends on the moon. Those are the weird thing with, like, suddenly they are picked up by these like circus guys. They pick up two other main characters. It feels like a circus family. Our father and his two twin sons, and they never see any of their screen time whatsoever in the anime. And it's like knife throwing girl Wanda, she's a badass girl though. We never like see the screen time, but they still decides to, you know, die for the main character, even though they have like 1 minute screen time. So we don't know how they care about him, and but it's also a weird scene because these twins or brothers, whatever they are, their mom is like dead. She died in some tragic thing, right, or whatever. And that flashback is like thrown at you suddenly from nowhere. Right? Oh, what, their mom is dead? Yeah, whatever, right? It's kind of a weird thing. And then that's followed that their mom now is like a remade Karakuri's robot dolls to have, and then the mom is like had turned into like a mecha or something, and it just happens out of nowhere. Then they have to like defeat their evil mecha mom or something on this train ride. It's so confusing. Like it's just like suddenly it's like, wait, is their mom dead? Yeah, she's dead, I guess. And this cat have like they have no storyline, they have no screen time. They appeared like one episode before that. And now they're like fighting their mecha mom on this train or something, and it's just, the anime is crazy. And then we have the knife girl, she kills another flying monster. It is so weird, the anime. Like it's like the anime has some. It's unfortunate because Karakuri Circus, it has a lot of like brilliant moments. We feel like this should be a good anime. Like this should be. It's like 30 episodes, like it's 3 seasons long too. Like it should have a lot of good moments, and it has this like death scenes that are very tragic. And most of them dies in anime. And it's really like, wow, it's like a nice anime, but at the same time, it's like, what is happening? Like it's just, like it feels that there's no context, I guess, to the scenes, you know? That the context just kind of pop up. Oh, here's a death scene. Oh, here's their dead mom, and she's like a mecha now. Oh, she's dead. It's kind of like that, yeah. Like, how do you, what? And then it's like, whoa, wait, this is Wanda. Why does she care about this guy? And then it's also the whole thing that the main bad guy is like immortal or something, and he's the same bad guy. Yeah. And it's all over the place.
武器の素材。魔物たちがエレベーターの設備をそのパーツ壊れたバッテリーが5個と分かった素材を完成しましたよ これを1階の最深部にあるエレベーターで使ってください。そういうところで本日はどんなご用ですか？
But I wanted lens though. I didn't see you now. He gave me another request in here. Should I do the request before, I guess? I think the lens for that. Sorry, I'm not thinking here. Get that one done. He wants me now to... Okay, let's do that one then. And then we leave this quest finally. Then we... I think then we probably put it down with the young quest forever. If we do that one right, we go back. We might get a lens or two, so I won't buy that now. But anyway, yeah, Calc Circus, the perfect anime, I think, of an example of... It feels like it has a lot of good moments where you're like, this is interesting, it's a death scene. But it's like there's no context between them, right? So you suddenly like, oh, wait, this character died? Oh, okay, yeah, so it's like a really weird anime, and it teleports around. You're watching the anime and you feel like they probably skipped like, I don't know, 4 or 5 volumes here, not chapters, like volumes. Like, oh, they probably skipped like 4 chapters here. They skipped like 50 chapters to get something. It feels like they're skipping half the manga or something. I think the manga is like 40 volumes, right? The manga is like super long, and it's like this, you're skipping like half of the manga or something. It's crazy. Tell the whole story now. It's a very weird anime to watch because you really feel like you're jumping over every second chapter constantly. And then, and every now and then they skip like whole arcs. They skip like completely whole things, right? But no, I wouldn't say it's an because earlier I wouldn't say it's an ad for the manga, because I think the manga is already finished when they made the anime. It's quite an old manga, right? I mean, to some extent, of course, people bought the manga for the anime, but usually, like an anime in that sense, it's, you know, it's produced. You could already do this stuff. This is very buggy in the game. That seems like a bug in the game. Yeah, you should go to the floor 2 all the time. You should nothing here. That I would say is a straight bug in the game. Because you could always go to floor 2, but there was just nothing here, right? So I guess they were supposed to be able to do that here before. So that feels like a straight up bug in them. Because yeah, I said earlier, like why can't you go to floor 2 with something here? It's a weird, looks like a weird boss room, but doesn't have it, right? But okay, it probably wasn't supposed to go up to them, so I guess it's a bug. Another anime, of course, that has the kind of... Well, I guess the worst thing ever is... Whoa. Promised Neverland. Season 2. That horseshit, man. That anime was so bad. Promised Neverland. Probably the most disappointing anime in my life, honestly. Last season there. Like, all my life watching anime. And playing games or whatever, right? And reading books and so on. Every now and then. once a year. No, but like... Promised Neverland Season 2. It might be the most disappointing anime I've ever seen in my life. It's not the worst anime I've seen, but given that the one is really good, right? So the King's Game is worse. King's Game is way worse. King's Game is such a bad anime, but for example, right? It's because I don't have any. I mean, when I watched King's Game, I didn't expect it to be, you know, good or bad, right? And you know, so I watched it and I hated it. It was so bad it was so bad. But when I watched Promised Neverland 2, I expect it to be good, right? Because the one was really good. So I expect, you know, the manga to be, or the anime to be good. But no, that's like the worst case anime ever. I mean, it definitely is worse than actually the Calculated one. In that sense. Because they skipped like, what, 100 chapters or something? It's crazy. Promised Neverland, they have the beginning is the same. The first 2-3 episodes is the same as the manga, roughly, I think. And after that, they just kind of skip over like... then they skip something like 70 or 80 chapters. Like seriously, they skip... I don't know how much they skip, but they skip something like at least 50 chapters, probably more. You skip over all the chapters. Like it's crazy, you know, skipping. And you just jump to kind of the end, right, of the manga. It's like the worst thing ever, basically. Yeah, it's like here's the beginning of the, you know, outside the farm arc, the first 2 episodes, and then it's like, let's skip until the end. And everything in between is completely ignored. Everything in between never happens, and all the characters that appear, I guess, in between, never shown or whatever. It's like nothing happened here, and yeah, and then the build up for yeah, that anime is also ridiculous. That anime is also I agree. That anime is also ridiculous. But you can't say that anime name though. Like that's the anime. The one is the anime bad. The one you mentioned, I can play soon, but it is finish my Promised Neverland rant. It's just one thing for Neverland, and that is that the worst thing is that in the end though, last episode, they just showed you everything you missed. Right? They were like, oh, here's all the other characters you never saw. So the last 3 minutes of Promised Neverland, the last episode, is like a slideshow of scenes that happened as opposed in the manga or whatever, right? And I watched it, of course. I haven't read the manga. I'm like, what is this? Like, what is this? Season 3 in 3 minutes? Like, it was literally, I think Promised Neverland literally has like the worst episode, the final episode of all time of anime. Like, seriously, I would say that is the worst episode ever, the final episode, because they're showing you, like, I don't know, every scene, I guess, from the manga they skipped over in like 2-3 minutes. They're like, here's that dragon thing, and then like some queen they're fighting, then it's like a war, and then like Murika because the queen or something, and then it's like, this thing happens at this base or something, and like it's a slideshow. It's not even animating, it's a slideshow. And they show you basically manga panels that have been colored, like it's happening after the anime ends, and this is the worst thing ever. But all the anime, absolutely, also one of the most disappointing anime too, the Tokyo anime. You can't say the anime because even match the anime technically. That company is crazy too. They remove everything on YouTube to match the anime. It's really crazy. Tokyo anime. It's incredibly. You can't critique it. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, Tokyo anime. It's also definitely, I agree, one of the most disappointing animes in season 3 then. Right, 2, not 2, sorry, it's 2, and especially 3 and 4. But because season 1 of Tokyo is really good. It's like a really good season 1. And, you know, it has a good ending and everything. And then season 2 arrives, and it's like an 80-holiday, kind of like, it's so weird. So, the thing with the anime, and I read the manga of the anime, I read the manga actually, it's immediately when the anime finished, I read the manga, so I was like, what was this? You know, I watched the anime, right, when it aired, right, way back then, and I watched it and I was like, what is this? What is this? You know, I was like, what happened? I loved season 1, right? I watched season 2 and I was like, this is, what happened? He just carries him to this thing and the owl thing was his dead, or it doesn't make any sense, right? So I read the manga immediately afterwards, so I was like, what is this? I never seen it in my life. And the thing is that in Tokyo, they start at about, I think it's like chapter 6 or something they are, after the first anime, season 1. Then season 2 basically does like 120 chapters in per episode. It's like 10 chapters per episode. That's the most high-paced, you know, shit ever. They're skipping over half chapters, or they're doing like, you know, 5-6 chapters per episode. Like it's impossible to understand anime. It's really crazy bad. And the way it is, because I read the manga, right? The way it is that they kind of did this really weird thing where, how to explain it? They kind of have, it's like Ree's father. He is supposed to appear in like a mansion or whatever, right, in manga. But instead he appears at a prison in the anime. So they kind of took scenes from the manga that appeared during this, you know, 120 chapters, right? And they kind of shuffled them and put them in like a different location. Oh, this twin fight scene, that's gonna be in like chapter 85. Let's put that in episode 2 instead and have it over here, right? So it's just like a really weird thing where you kind of use like, you kind of scrambled all those chapters together too. Well, he gets to, when the manga is so different, he gets to revenge and takes over from it. Oh shit, it's big now, okay. The manga is so different though. In the manga, you know, he gets revenge and he takes control over it and so on. That being said though, I'm gonna say this thing, people hate to hear this thing, but let's be honest here, the anime 3 and 4 are even worse though, like even worse, they're horrible. So 3 and 4 might be one of the worst animes in my life too. It's definitely up there in like absolute crap-tastic animes that they are, Tokyo 3 and 4. They are so bad. I only watched them to like laugh how bad it was. They were so incredibly bad. But that being said though, the manga is so much better. People don't want to hear that, but really the ending of the manga is the one is terrible too. Like the manga, the freaking dragon thing, the clowns, the reveal he's evil, and the result of the clown leader not getting the punishment and so on. It's like a joke. Yeah, it's a prank, bro. They killed half Tokyo with a prank, man. Basically, one of the most evil characters he doesn't even get punished for it. Like his friend is like, "This is a prank, bro," and he's like, "Oh, I murdered half of, I don't know, he like destroyed half of every life in Japan or something. He like destroyed the houses and killed people, and you know, like, oh, it's a prank, bro." It's like this weirdest thing ever. But anyway, the anime though is beautifully bad in the sense that they have this record of introducing like 40 characters. There's one scene in the anime, I think it's in 3, where they introduce something like 30, like seriously, 30-40 characters on this island. They had the two scenes, the island and the museum thing. But it's like the island, like 30-40 characters introduced, right? And then some of them die. Some of them get killed in the same episode. Like they introduce this girl, and she get kicked off this, you know, this ledge and dies in the water thing. And she just introduced her, like, of course in the manga is introduced way earlier, right? She has like a shaft or something. But in the anime, it's like suddenly they're fighting, you know, all these new characters, and they all, yeah, and they're killing each other. And you're supposed to care about that? Like, it's the worst thing. Literally, I think that's the, oh my god, that could be the worst character induction in anime history. They're showing, like, seriously, 30-40 characters in there, and half of them die in the same chapter. And the episode, yeah, it's such a joke. And how bad it is. Like, and it's so funny too, because I remember I watched it, I heard the manga, so I watched it, right? And I was like, what is happening? Who is the bad guy? Who is the... I couldn't even tell watching that. Who am I rooting for? I don't even know. There's so many new characters here that I've never seen before. I don't even know who's the bad or who the good or the bad guys are. Of course, the end they're all bad guys, right? The cops and the demons they're all bad guys. But I mean, generally, you know, there's some good guys per side. I don't know. You know what I mean? You watch that and you're like, I don't even know who are the cops now. I don't even know who is supposed to be the government or the demons, the kind of undead people. I don't even know who is the boss side, because they both have too many freaks too. Like this one guy that looks like Yoko Taro. You know, this one guy that looks like Yoko Taro, you know, the kind of the Emil mask, right? That is straight up like a stolen that from Nier. I mean, seriously. There's one bad guy, or a good guy, or he's a bad guy, or he's a good guy, status-wise, right? That looks like Emil. Look at Emil there. Okay, look at Emil in this game. That guy in Tokyo, that I would say the author is stolen from this game. I mean, seriously, it looks exactly like Yoko Taro's mask. Look at that, that's Emil there. There's a good guy in Tokyo that looks like Emil, straight up, right? And that guy, yeah, looks like Emil. So you think he's gonna be a bad guy, right? Because he has the kind of weird skeleton face. But no, he's a good guy. Or I mean, he's a government guy, right? He's a cop guy. But he likes to like change all the bad guys. But still, he's supposed to be a good guy. And you see him, because there's no storytelling, right? Who they are and so on. He's fighting like another zombie guy. You're like, oh, okay, it's like a skeleton guy fighting, or like some kind of mutant skeleton guy fighting this, you know, zombie guy. I'm like, I really couldn't tell you watching the anime who is the bad guy, who is the good guy here. They both look like two freaks. Like who is who? Like I have no idea, right? And then one of them dies immediately. You're like, I guess the good guy won or something. And that's like the whole episode. You're like, what's happening? Like what is happening? It's hilarious. I mean, I'm thinking about like, who is the bad guy there? And the same thing happens when they go to the museum or whatever it's the auction place. But I think it's under museum. That is kind of similar too. Suddenly the cops arrive surrounding this auction house, right? I think the museum or whatever. And the cops arrive. They have all these like weird weapons, right? And then it's like 100, you know, zombie ghoul kind of ninja guys appears, and many of them are like new characters, and they're just like, here we are, and they start fighting. And the anime is like, you probably know all their powers. They don't explain anything. They just fight or something, and it doesn't make any sense. And some of them are previous characters that are known as time skips. They're older and bigger, and you can't recognize them or whatever. So you're like, oh, do I know these characters? Is that the girl I saw 10 episodes ago? Like, I don't know. This is not disappointing anime. The high school students. I don't know what the anime says. I don't recognize it. I'm blaming your description. I don't know. There's an anime will become a school. The slime? I don't know. I will make the anime. Wants to add I don't know. I mean, the first premise you explained that it could be almost any anime, right? And then I'm a bit like, I don't know. Some anime there. This case was much harder, wasn't it? But it's a lot of enemies. Like, it's almost harder in the boss battle. Like, okay, like, it's getting a ridiculous amount of enemies now. And they are so shielded, so I'm gonna put on the... yeah, it's strange. To do more damage. This boost my damage here now, so it's a little bit faster. Oh, that's a new thing. I can do that. Sword here. It's so shaded, so it's kind of... Yeah, but this is hard, there's too many enemies. The problem is that you're like, the girl he likes died, that's like half every anime. The problem is like, you know, it's like the girl died. I'm like, yeah, that can be like any anime. I mean, animes do have the issue that they are kind of tropey, right? They have most popular animes are similar. But the problem isn't because animes or whatever, Japan's lazy. It's more that, you know, there's a lot of mangas and so on being produced and novels being produced. There's only a few looking at animes, and of course those animes might be kind of like what sells, right? They are gonna be kind of similar because obviously the animes they actually produce are, yeah, somewhat like in a similar vein, right? But it's kind of like, yeah, like the girlfriend dies, like yeah, that can be anime. I had this conversation with a person. I was at last Tuesday, yeah, this week. And she was talking about, she had seen this anime, and but she couldn't remember the name of it. So I was like, okay, what's it about? And she was like, oh, it was like a guy, he could become a demon, like he had like a demon inside of him. They fought a lot, and I was like, yeah, that could be like Bleach, Naruto, Black Clover, you know what I mean? He was like some kind of demon, and I was like, yeah, that's like basically almost every shonen anime ever, thank you. Yeah, it's like, you know, like, I understand that's the premise, but it's like, he has like a demon inside of him, or maybe he is a demon. I'm like, well, Melos is a demon, and that guy can turn into a demon, so it's like, yeah, they kind of have a similar storyline. If someone like, this plays like a horror anime, it's like, well, he's like a main character, he's like a kind of nice guy, probably good at school, he's like a student, and then he has like 7 girlfriends or something, and like one of them is like his best childhood friend. But the other one is also his best childhood friend, and then the third one is like her sister or something, and he doesn't remember, and he doesn't remember that like someone's mom was like his bonus mom or something, and like it's like, thank you, that's like every horror anime. It could be like Nizuko Lavina, or it could be like Quintuplets, or it could be the new Osumake. It's like, yeah, good. That's like every horror anime, almost, right? You're like, yeah, that doesn't really cover. It's like, I watched this romance anime, yeah, thank you. Or, you know, when someone is like, I watched this weird ecchi anime, it was about a guy and his sister. You're like, yeah, there's 10 animes. Like, I'm sorry, world, there's like 10 animes. Oh yeah, it was a guy and he was like doing something, you know, kinda ecchi with this. Yeah, they also could be any anime ever, right? They have some obvious like tropes, like some animes definitely kind of cover. And I guess to talk about it, Tokyo also turned into a demon kind of monster, right? Also kind of like an internal demon him, I suppose. But the whole idea of giving like the shonen main characters a kind of, you know, I can turn into monster or something. That is like the probably the most common trope like that for an anime for now. Easily. This place is like horrible. It's harder than the boss, man. Actually, let's do a potion too. I don't want to die yet. Oh, it's fast. I need this shit. I'm probably gonna die soon. Like, I'm running out of healing items. I didn't know how to restack all my healing items. I'm going in. This place is like ridiculous. Can it die? So many enemies. It's actually already the last one though, but so they have so much life points. They're like armor, they don't die and take less damage. Oh, you know that Konosuba is the best anime ever. You know, we have my Aqua behind me here. And I have my Aqua shirt on me, right? And I have my Aqua figure over there in that room. I should buy some more freaking weapons figures. I thought about a futa figure, I was thinking. One thing I have to buy before I forget is I have to buy a Baccarina thing. Before that's anime comes again this year. I can order that definitely. I found like a Baccarina because I was second one. But yeah, it's a good question. What anime do you actually like? Everything is bad, I know, but I mean, I do, you know, enjoy most animes. I really do. I mean, I still like to, you know, roast animes. I still love to roast animes I hate, right? Or hate what, like, that I found to have issues. Especially, I easily admit that I love to roast animes that people say are masterpieces. And I'm like, but this is clearly a photo. No, it's a masterpiece. You know, then that triggers me to want to be like, well, actually, going by my calculations, you know, that's it. But my favorite anime, as I always say, right, it's Kali. Kali is also my favorite anime. That's my favorite genre too. That's the least produced anime. I am much a snowflake that my favorite genre is the genre that has the least animes. Like, my life sucks. Honestly, I think I am that genre of Kali and like One Out and so on, Akagi, is like probably the anime that has the least amount of animes every season, or if even one anime. Like this has 0 animes in that genre. So yeah, like that is the, you know, the genre has the least traction among people, and that's why I like it, because I want to be a snowflake. No, but that's my genre. Okay, basically like gambling / psychological animes, right? But more in the game tier, it's not like thrillers, you know, more in the game tier, right? Human behavior, how to win games and so on, or lying, you know, deception. And it won't die. Holy shit, it's so tanky. Even these guys are timing now. But it's a herb if you can help. I think I actually got my items back. I think when you die, the game like gets you back to like the latest checkpoint, which means I have my items back. I hope so. What else I can do this? Okay, so I have my items back now. Yeah, okay. I have to play more bad now though. I don't know if it's underrated. I think it's probably underwatchable. Buying a stray dog. I think there's like a word where I'm sorry here, but I think a lot of people misuse the term underrated or underwatched, right? Because there's a lot of animes that people watch, but they aren't underrated because people actually watch them like them, right? So, like the Kadi then, that I mentioned about that, that's an anime that is critically underwatched, right? It's not very famous among, you know, like casual anime. But anyone that sees loves it, right? It's like a very popular anime. It's an extremely highly rated anime by anime, you know, more hardcore fans, right? They are like the best anime ever. So I think most animes are good, but few have seen. I think the better word is underwatched, right? The people haven't seen it, but it's more at the casual crowd who are watching, you know, like most of the short animes, haven't seen it. More than like underrated, I would say. There's like a big difference there. Underrated would be an anime that people, you know, give a hard, bad score. But I think the anime is, yeah, underperforming was a word to use. Because I think Bango Stray Dog has a pretty high rating, I believe, on the different like websites. I think it's quite like highly, you know, like it's not popular, of course, but I think it's highly rated by the too. This room is actually really hard. This is much harder than the boss. The game is, I think it's very common in many games, that usually the hardest place is not the boss battles, but it's these kind of rooms you have so many enemies you can barely move, right? You can barely do your combos. Because it gets so kind of tricky to attack these enemies, because you attack one guy, you know, 10 other guys instantly, right? On a boss you can just do your maximum combos and you kill them all. I think that's like a typical thing in a lot of these games. Same in Neo, Dark Souls, and similar kind of games you have in and button match kind of guys, and you can't do your combos. I think it's very, very common in this genre. or similar genres. I'm gonna use the capsule for the beginning and out of, but I need to do it better. It has to be yeah, here we go. This is so annoying, the machine guys. They're so... Oh, got it. They're so tanky. Incredibly tanky. And they have this weird roll attack. But actually I don't know how popular Binding player is though. But I think it's like a mid popularity, you know? Like it definitely has some fans, but it's like underwater anime, I would say. Like the One Out. You know, one of my favorite anime after then had this One Out strike. That is a very unpopular anime. I think anyone has seen that anime. It's like no one has seen One Out. That's one of the animes that's like 10 people have seen, and I am 9 of those people. It's like no one has seen that anime, but it's amazing. I almost love. In one way, I like it more than Kaji. Like it's so good anime. I love One Out. I read the manga for too. It's such a good anime, and it's like I don't think I've ever met anyone in real life that I've watched One Out. It is like one of those extremely popular animes. The One Out then is about baseball. It's about playing baseball. No, I'm joking. With anime, it's like, you know, Ace of Diamond. Diamond. No, with that example, the ace then is about, you know, being the ace, right, in a baseball team. And so most animes about baseball, of course, actually like playing baseball, you know, how to train, how to perform this throw right, how to do a pitching thing, or how to be a good batter or whatever and so on. And it's about the team building. Except you had the girl baseball anime that I watched, that's in UK, about like this very, very yuri, yeah, but like, you know, cute girls playing baseball and falling in love, and also, I don't know, love rivalry? Like, yeah, like really, what's it called? You warned me, what that's called. That anime was like, half the anime is like one of the girls being angry at the other girl for, you know, playing baseball with other girls. She's like, you're my pitcher, batter, best friend. You can't go and play with other girls, you know, they're kind of shitting on me. It's like a really weird yuri anime, actually, but anyway. Those are most baseball animes, right? Because they play the game, you know, they have teammates, they have friendship, they have love interest, they have some love, yuri, yaoi, and so on, right? But One Out, it's about a guy that cheats. It's about a guy that's like, he hates baseball. He's like, I only play it because I'm like, I want to make money or something, right? He's an underground, like, baseball, I don't know, shark guy, or like Okinawa. He doesn't respect his sport whatsoever. It's like, I don't play, he doesn't like about the fans, so on. And he's get into this pro team, right, in Japanese baseball. And he's just like a horrible person. He's like, how do I, you know, trick my teammates, how do I lie to everyone, how to ruin their career, and all that stuff, right? That anime is amazing because it's not about the core of playing baseball. It's about how do I trick someone, right? Like, he's a horrible player. That's the good part of it. He's such a bad, actual baseball player, but he always wins, right? Because in baseball, as a pitcher, you can throw different balls. You can throw, you know, a fastball, a slow ball, a knuckleball, and so on, right? And the whole idea about Tokichi, the main character, he can either throw slow or fastball, but he always picks the right, you know, he always picks the right choice, right? Even if he's a bad player, he's a really bad player actually. He's a genius, intelligence guy. He always picks the right throw, so no one can ever bat against him. That's the whole beauty of the anime. But then he explains, you know, like, well, I knew he was gonna predict a slow ball, so I threw a fastball because I lied to him 3 days ago and this thing, and I tricked him with this signal, and he lies to his teammates. So man, I love One Out. It's like the IQ baseball game where it's all about how to be a deceptive bastard. Especially in Kaji. But yeah, well, that missed them. High School of the Regulars, maybe? That's what I'm thinking about earlier. High School of the Regular. You were right in that. But you gave the most generic anime ever. You were like, his girlfriend dies. Like, come on, that was the most generic thing ever. But it sounded like irregular high school or whatever it's called. Okay, here died last time. Oh, stuck already. He just crashed man. That thing. So this one I have on 2 now. I think they stack. It gives you also more mad damage. Guilty Crown. Oh yeah, well, it's also one of those. Then it's school. But you did mention Akihiko Yoshida earlier. It has similar anime. Oh shit! I hate this place. It's so annoying. Come on. so many enemies. Oh god. You can't attack them, there's too many. No, oh, yeah, but like here, like I can't do a combo because like holy shit, man. And I'm stuck now on the wall, and this is, my god, this is healing spam, and I feel there's too many enemies here, right? And like, there's too many enemies. Maybe I have to level up. I mean, even the right high levels is what we need to do. Just so many enemies. But anyway, yeah. So 1 out. And it's an amazing anime. Extremely under the radar anime. Kadi is much more famous. Very similar anime. So Kadi is about playing games also. Kadi is about playing like you know, Junkie and Rocket Sister and card games and different kind of gambling games. Dice to make money, you know about cheating. It's amazing anime too. Akagi from the same author is about only playing Mahjong, and Akagi cheats all the time because he's like the bad guy, and like, he's not a really good guy. Akagi is horrible. He cheats constantly. His whole thing is like, I'm the best cheater in Tokyo, basically. Like, he constantly Akagi faces a blind guy and cheats. That's beautiful. He faces a blind man, an old blind man. He's like, I have to cheat better than he's cheating. It's like, okay, yeah, that's. But of course, the blind man is also cheating, though. So they're both cheaters. But still, like it's kind of like fun. He's facing a blind man. Like, how can I cheat better than he can? It's like, yeah, this is the main character that now I've seen Guilty Crown, but I mean, but your point earlier, what was your point earlier? I mean, Guilty Crown is one of those kind of mid-animes. It's like, I mean, it's like, it's kind of mediocre. It's not the worst thing ever. It's not the best thing either. It's kind of like an anime where you're like, yeah, okay. In my opinion. Order my list then. I mean, obviously One Piece is on my list, but it's like the longest anime ever, so. I mean, I always recommend One Piece to people, but at the same time, it is like an anime that takes forever to watch. Like. I don't see it as a negative, but I'm thinking that it's definitely a special anime to follow it. Like, nothing dies, yes, but it dies! Like, what's wrong with this game? It's like 50 enemies in the room here, and they don't die. They take like 0 damage, like it's crazy. And I can never combo them, because they're so. I need to get health up here, so I'm gonna try to like. Actually, I don't care about that stuff. No, where's where's my weapon? Too many weapons. Let's see, that's the damage. I think we have like life to here. For me, that's it. Forever to get life in that way, but still, it's life. Parallax and stuff. Why am I also wanting? See. Poise is forward to slow, weak, yeah, I think. Leaf cannon. That's all right. Now I have parasites now, weapon, which works all times too. They kind of get stunned and electrically top them combo them for a while. I can't out a bit. And here we go, I managed to one of them. So the life can come in this It's very important of course to get that execution when they actually die, right? It's another strength factor. Shift. I did it. Man, this was hard. Way too many enemies. Oh, there we go. Costed my master. Oh, that was very hard. Much harder than the boss battle was. Like extremely much harder. Way too many enemies in that place. Like just ridiculous amount of enemies in like that small kind of area. It's crazy. Anyway, let's go on. Yeah, the yellow one. Just drop the lens. Items. But I mean the problem. I think the problem with the game is that the enemies have too much life points too. When you play hard this. It's unfortunate. So in automata on the hard difficulty, you die from one ability, right? It does everything. Perfect death kind of thing. And that's why I beat automata on the whole game, right? But here instead it's like hard use makes the enemy they hit harder of course, but they mainly have a lot of life points. So it's also kind of annoying because the enemies are so tanky, right? And this is kind of tedious. I'm thinking it would be much better if the enemies if they were, you know, faster, more mechanics, whatever, right? But the whole idea that they use a lot of life points, that's like the laziest way to make it harder, right? Because it's harder, but it's mostly tedious because they'll die. So it's kind of a lazy way to make it harder.
敵はロボットですよ。魔物なんか興味あります。そうだよね。
この者の意識はロボット。
Yeah, that guy is crazy.
本日はどんなこと？
Well, let's finish his quest. That's the wrong thing. Sorry, I want the other thing.
本日はどんなこと？
By lens on him. I need to have. There we go. Yeah, I need to have a lens. Oh no, fail the quest. Like I check every time now, so you don't fail the quest. So this game is tricky on that. So I'm like somewhat saving having failed that quest. Oh man, school is boring, man. Yeah, so now we might fail the quest though. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. But yeah, school tomorrow. That's boring. I suppose I might stop playing after a while too, but I'm probably gonna play for another hour or so. But yeah, Monday tomorrow. Sunday tomorrow. Guess when I work, I guess. I have a meeting tomorrow. It's kind of weird. So okay, one quest guy. I think he's in the entrance of the village. I'm not right there. He's my board guy. I wish the board was fast, definitely, because the board makes you immune, but it doesn't really go that fast. Yeah. I mean, I guess it works, but it could run faster normally instead. Yeah, I'll last for a bit here. Tomorrow we're gonna watch, of course, the Basket to Eternity and stream this game some more after I finish work tomorrow. So I usually stream, you know, after they close Nasdaq and so on. That's usually. Pizza guys.
お待たせ。ずばれ。
せめてもの。
それなら
そうだ。
Good. And then where's the next person now again? Oh yeah, it's outside the lighthouse. Okay. That quest is really hard, that boss. And then the flowers, of course. Yeah, that other quest is really hard because that what I'm talking about, that the boss is super tedious. Like it spawns a boss on the bridge, and it's like a really easy boss, but it has like a million life points. I tried doing it, I just stopped. I was like, it doesn't die. I just stopped. I was just like, this boss just won't die, you know, like, I just looked at it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like another hour. Like, it's pointless. I mean, I can obviously do it by avoiding him forever, right? But I felt that it's more effective to do the main story and so on, right? Level up it and then go to the base boss. Because there was just so much life points that I felt that, well, I'm probably coming back here in like at least 5 levels, right? Didn't really feel a point to fight the boss for like an hour. Like, seriously, that guy took like no damage whatsoever. But anyway, we go here. So, when I think about it, I do kind of wanna. Oh, there's one thing before you leave there, because the wall like can give you quests. So it's a good indication of how much have you done the quest line. So let's see.
どの仕事を紹介しようか。ちょっと変わった調理道具を探している。依頼人の。
The thing is that you really want to do all the mini quests if you can as fast as possible. Again, right, because the game makes you miss quests. Right? It makes you miss quests all the time, or like half the quests in the game is like missable immediately. So you really do want to like try to obviously actually do the mini quests, like, if you care about, you know, in the game, you know, for reals, right? you want to see the first ending and then you give up, right? You know what I mean? If you actually want to get the quest done and get all the storyline and so on, you do want to do the quest all the time, as much as you can, because yeah, it's very easy in this game to miss quests. Especially in the beginning of the game, you have to do all the quests before you go to the manor, or you miss all of them. So yeah, I had to replay a few hours there, like 2-3 hours, because I did the manor too early. I was like, oh shit, and I missed like 15 quests or whatever. So I replayed that last 2-3 hours. But let's see, which quest giver.
Yeah, ロボット山の兄弟の店で包丁を買ってきてほしいんです。高値で買い取ります。包丁ならこのロボット山じゃないとダメ。どうしてもありがとう。
This game is so much running around. So yeah, okay, go back to the brother we were used war at. Alright, great. Maybe this quest was not. Maybe this quest didn't exist until you did the main quest, the main storyline. Perhaps. But I feel it's happened to me more than once in this game. You leave a place and then like go back to that place. So yeah, certainly this quest might only spawn after you have done the main story quest. But it's so much running back and forth because the game is like, oh, go back again to where you were. Like, yeah. Good. So yeah, a very common issue in this game, I feel. They send you right back again, right? You just left. Right? Super common in this game. You're like, yeah, that's fun. I just left the young place, and I hope to never go back there again. But sure. That's man, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Well, I'm supposed to go back there anyway for repairing your items, but that's true. But I think it's a thing in this game that the game is like you do a main quest, right? Like if I can't, then they send you back immediately. You do this quest, and send you back immediately. You go to the mayor in Nier Replicant and send you back immediately. We actually haven't been at Replicant at all since the time skip in the game, so I don't know why that really is ignored in the storyline right now. But I'm just saying, like, they send you back and forth between the villages constantly when you unlock something, so I can come back again. There's a lot of time, you know, it's going like. What is the other quest? Wait, haven't they already done that one? Or at least I got it earlier. This is the manor. Let's see, okay. We should probably do the manor too though, before it's popular. Because that's gonna at least break one quest line. Which is...
What?
Okay, maybe a new boyfriend. It's like, my boyfriend vanished 5 years ago. He's probably dead or left her, right?
まあ俺にできることならな。
派手な黄金の首輪をつけて。
闇雲に探しても仕方。
だから嫌だって言ってたのに。
Okay, she's looking for her boyfriend that's missing for 5 years. That sounds really unbelievable. That's a little bit like, really, woman, really? Like it's one thing if you know it was her husband, but.
黄金の首輪をつけた青年ね。
Okay, well.
黄金の首輪をつけた青年ね。
Yeah. It's a little stupid. I think it should be her husband. Then at least it would be a little more believable. That she's like, yeah, my husband's missing. He probably died, maybe not. But now it's like, okay, a man she dated 5 years ago is missing still. Maybe he's, you know, dropped her. This sounds like a quest to talk to people in the village. So I run around and talk to people around here to get the info. Like, her husband died, so, you know, that's kind of like but yeah, it's probably a quest line. We have to like talk to people here until someone is like, oh, the guy with the necklace, oh, I remember him. He died 25 years ago. There's some kids here maybe sometimes. After the library. Okay. It's quiet. Well, one god knew him. There you go. New guy.
ああ、あの黄金の首輪をつけていた青年。
神話の森か。
Okay. Well, I guess we know what to go now then. With this quest. That's Young Keep. Force of Mythical. I have no idea what this is at all. At all. Treasure map. Oh. And the seed is super hard. And he wanted... Oh yeah, he wanted from the desert city. Okay. So, but yeah, like it's... I was thinking, the flower quest is so annoying, so you need to plant these flowers, right? And it takes like 2 real life days to get it. And it's also random. So, yeah, and it's random! Because I planted that thing and I got nothing from that. I got only 1 out of 10. And not even the right thing. Yeah, that's supposed to be the horrible thing. Like, it takes forever. Yeah, random. Yes, please.
あの男の手が20本あって同時に包丁を操れるなら大量の包丁も買ってくれるだろうよ。
Well, yeah, so you have to plant this blue and gold seeds of flowers. That gives you an indigo flower at random if you're lucky. And you have to use the indigo flowers with the red flowers to get you the moon flowers. So it's like a super annoying thing, and I haven't even gotten enough indigo flowers yet. So. Is that the guy with the necklace? The guy in Dream?
黄金の首輪を大ありだとも。
その人にはすでに彼女が。
そんなことは知らん。
Yeah.
誰かが海岸の町で見かけたとは言ってたけどよ。
No, this game. Go to the other place. Oh my god. I should have known, man. It's one of these quests you get to run around the whole game again. Yay. God damn it. God damn it. But yeah, the flower king is super annoying because I read that you could like make it faster by changing your the console's internal time setting, right? Like when your PC2 you can change, you know, what day it is. And I tried doing that yesterday, but it didn't help. So I don't know. I was like, well, okay, but if let's push it like 5 days forward. They didn't have whatsoever. So I don't know. I have to wait like 2-3 days for this flower quest. I find it super annoying. Really annoying. Anyway, let's go to the giant. Why was the close? Let's go to the anyway. Probably gonna send me somewhere else, and it's gonna be. Oh, almost here. Here's a great place to farm healing items. And it's insanely high drop rate for like actually almost every box has a hidden item. I don't know why it's here, but it's the only place in the game where every box is like hidden item. It's an amazing farming place to get healing items. And that's usually silver or iron or silver. But why not? Back here again. I thought it was done here, but of course the game is like whatever, so back. Might as well do it while I'm running around forever. But yeah, hoping that tomorrow we have the seeds again for the flower, and hopefully this time I get the right flower. Because it's random and it takes like 4 days, so that's great game time. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, of
course. Oh, come on. No.
Didn't
say that. Oh my god. This I hate in the game. You need so much of every. I said earlier, you need too much of the same item. Yeah, because we already had like I don't know how many of the quests that needed titanium alloy. I think this is like the 4th quest in the same item, right? Like it's a very obvious reason why you run out of alloy. I'm not gonna avoid it again. And maybe you can miss. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm actually gonna cheat a bit here in Google and see can I miss this quest, because I'm just like holy shit, I wanna farm it again right now. Memorable night. Like is this quest missable? That's my only question. Can I do it now? You have to do it now, or can I go back and do it like in a day, right? Because we have to farm the exact same enemies again that I use farm right for like an hour. Say anything about me in here. I'm trying to figure out if you miss this quest or not, right? You miss all the quests basically in part 1 of the game, like straight up, right? Basically. There's a list of all of them. I wish I had a better list of like that's a horrible list because you said all the ones. I want to have the one after the time skip. Yes, I know. Like seriously, do I have to go and farm this again for about 3 hours? I don't want to do it right now, you know. I can't find anything about it here though. I'm gonna assume it's fine for now. Sorry, I'm assuming it's fine for now because I don't mind grinding too much in games, but come on, I just grinded this place for like 2 hours or something basically. I did this quest too, but come on. It is like another 10 alloy of the exact same item where it has the 3 other quests. It takes forever, right? It takes forever to get that, like 30-40 of that one. It's crazy. But I say again here, if I play the game yet, basically every quest in the game you can miss the first half of the game. So before you go to the manor of the game, it says 50% that on complete. If you have less than 50% there, don't go to the manor, because the manor makes you miss all the quests of the game before the manor, which is crazy. And the game won't even tell you until you beat the manor. So if you enter the manor, you might like save inside the manor, which I did, and the game won't tell you that you failed until after. And if you save inside the manor, you can't leave the manor. So that's like, yeah, that's a great game design. Not a big fan, said the list, I think. Not a big fan. No, but that's just stupid. It's like the game should list. I don't think the game has to warn you necessarily of like missing a quest until you've done it right. Otherwise it would be too easy as well. But the game shouldn't like let you enter a place which you can't leave, and at that point it should tell you right that you failed the quest. See what I mean? So if you enter the manor, it's a game, in my opinion, should have been as you enter the manor, all those quests should have failed, right? Because then you can't leave the manor, and you can't like go back outside and so on. So that's gonna force you to like you know, fail all the quests, right? So immediately when you enter the manor, if the game said all these quests are now failed, I think that would have been fair. And if you then save right, having that information on, if you check that the menu, if you still do that, I think that would be fair, right? That would be fair. Actually, I'm sure it's different first thing about it. Actually, yeah, I mean maybe the necklace guy is gonna be in the city, so let's actually go. Let's actually go to that first. Anyway, so I mean, yeah, that would be fair to me, because I of course knew that the game was gonna make you fail quests every now and then because it's Nier. So when I was in the manor, right, I checked my log, like nothing failed, okay, but I can't leave. But technically those quests are failed because you can't go outside the manor. So they all failed. So I think that's where the game feels a little. Then it just feels kind of, I don't know what to call it, but I mean it's not hard, right? It's kind of like, haha, you failed. It's kind of like goofy thing from to do. It's a little bit like, come on, man, that's not the way you should fail the quest. You should fail the quest because you're decision making, or what to say, not like because the game tells you eventually that you failed. But yeah, if it told you immediately, we have the man, that's fine. Then golden necklace guy with his wife. He could be the fairy guy. He's married at least. Like, who is married in this place? The guy at the lighthouse. He has a girlfriend at least. He might be married now. That quest line before the time skip. So he might actually be like a married guy. He might be the guy that took the wife. So yeah. So he has like a girl at least. Yeah, at least dating someone at least. Well, he mentioned seafront, but he didn't say this is right. Yeah, just says seafront, but not where in seafront, or who would know anyway. The guards are quite useful for working the guard.
外はどうだった?
No. Oh, here? Yeah, that was kind of scary. This guy up here is kind of weird. Where's the guy staring at the...
門を修理し
I haven't checked the fountain yet. Yeah, this place. No. Huh. I think I've been around now. You know, with most people.
家事を手伝うよって言ってそれはさておき
think he might know. Maybe the other possible guy? The guy that was writing the letters? I think that, no. Well, that could have been that, yeah, but that's probably our ferryman it's referring to. Not her, but some of them have like dialogue. This guy. Good guy walking around. Who's the fisherman? What is the line? Yeah, actually, I have no idea now. It's getting kind of like what? This is one of those weird things where I've been around. I feel I've been everywhere now. I've seen every character. And I mean, like, I think I've talked to almost everyone. Or at least been close to every character. I haven't seen a quest marker. This blacksmith, I guess, up here. Maybe him. I mean, usually, well, it might have been items though. Whatever. But, I guess that moment then reinforced. He's a quest giver, I think, earlier though. That's a grandmother. But, huh. Nice, huh? Maybe he appears here now? The boat is behind it? Maybe? Somewhere? Nope. Yeah. And we can't drop at the boat. I wish the game would allow that stuff though. Definitely. Well, I guess he might be the lighthouse guy right now. I didn't go to that guy. Or the quest giver. Okay, see, so now I feel I've been everywhere. Like we have a missing city. Like, who haven't I seen? Might be okay to talk to that. That's what the quest master, but almost like I want to Google this and give up. I hate doing that in games, but now I'm just like, I don't know, I've been everywhere. Like a shade ship, I think. That would fit kind of like roughly this time frame, but... God, I talked to God. I talked to that girl there. I talked to... Oh yeah, okay. Talk to him.
Easy.
How like is the character hiding somewhere? What? Like I feel that I talked to everyone now. When is I've seen I think I've seen like oh, that's just like you can't do it now because the because of all the quest chain or something. This is the quest chain with the knife or something. Sometimes some quest blocks you. Let's see. under the characters. Like seriously, haven't I talked to every character about that? This is like the one of the worst questions now. Like, where is this character? Who is this character? What the hell? Okay, talk to everyone here. Well, finally, he's crying.
黄金の首輪をつけた青年？ああ、彼のことね。そうね。もう5年も会ってないわ。
そんなに。
彼は帰ってくるって約束してくれたからね。
みんな。
ああ。
Holy shit, so easy now then. Wait, what? But that wasn't like giving me more.
彼がよく持ってくる商品、すごくいいものばかりなの。彼がよく持ってくる商品、すごくいいものばかりなの。
Okay, I think who he's probably the weird guy at Facade, right? Probably, right? Sounds like he's the strange shop guy.
ああ、あのうさんくさい青年。ああ、あのうさんくさい青年か。違法品を取引してるのが見つかって北に逃げたとか。
For the Lord, what? Oh, isn't he left now? Oh, efter den här igen. It sounds like he left though. So why is the game keep saying that if Han in Seafront? I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the the weird design guy. If he's the master of selling weird stuff, I hope he's the guy that sells you stop signs at the desert city. That would be kind of funny. So I hope that's probably him for that reason. Sounds like a new thing. Another postman guy, okay. Thanks, man. What is that? Back to the junk heap? What? Holy shit. Why did they go early for? Oh my god. I hate this game. Why did they go early for? Of course. It's back to the junk heap again. Damn, that's where everything ends apparently in this game. Oh my god. Well, I'm telling you, he's probably gonna be the guy out there. Given the description, he's gonna be the guy that is selling you stop signs. So he's gonna be he's a master of selling weird junk. Oh, it's gonna be this guy, right? So, because I'm going there anyway. I was gonna go to the guy with the stop sign, but here's a question in anyway. It's desert, so I might as well go back to the brother and again to figure out that he wants 10 titanium alloys again. Why can you teleport to teleport? Yeah, there's no ferry or whatever to the brother. There's no I think Kaine would be like chopping off your stuff right now. Yeah, Kaine-chan is a very nice woman. She can eat poison though, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I'm tired of this place. But yeah, I think he's gonna be the storefront guy, the guy that sells the stop signs. That would be the most reasonable thing, given the description. It would be kind of hilarious. Or maybe the quest would be in the way now though. God damn it, maybe the quest would be blocking it now.
いらっしゃい。今日は5年くらい前に。よく見かけましたよ。
Oh, of course, he might be the guy that mom's left for. He might be the guy that their mom, you know, was left for. He's the guy that died with mom. Of course.
Yeah. 包丁ならチタンところ本日はどんなご用ですか。ありがとう。
Who do I tell them? But I learned that, what? Maybe the game's gonna have something more out.
弟には伝えない方がいいな。
確かに。
So I'm just gonna tell you the first person, I guess. I mean, you could tell him the other wife too, though. But she left her husband, though, I suppose. But okay, that was good. Okay, that writing was good, though. In that sense, he's the man. So if you played the game earlier with the brothers, or the one brother's dad, of course, but his older brother and him, their mom left them to die basically in this junkyard. So you could elope with this man right there. Yeah, the book is like he deserved it. So, was he though? If he was like doing like 3 ladies at the same time? So I don't know if he really was with his, the woman he loved, because he had a lot of love interests. So I don't know, yeah, so in that quest, this is the main story. The brothers have to save their mom, right? And their mom and this guy that has been killed by the robots, the hand robot thing, has killed their mom and him. But the mom then left her sons, right, like her children, to die. So you elope with some random guy. So it's like a really weird scene, and the mom's also basically weird nothing when you find her. Yeah. It's a really weird scene. It's like, what? But it's that guy, of course. This woman.
彼氏の消息が本当？残念ながら5年。そんな気はしてたのよね。ありがとう。
Only reason it got me. 遠くまで調べてくれてありがとう。Explains why never contacted me before. I mean, that's the only reasonable explanation that this man would never contact me. Yes, certainly. Certainly. No.
どの仕事を紹介よ。
Yes. Let's do this request. This would be an interesting quest, because last time here it was like a pacifist shade. When I say fought, I mean we killed the shade, didn't fight back, right? So it's more like we were like, screw it, it's a shade, yeah, and we just hit it anyway. Even though it didn't fight at all, we kind of were the bad guys, arguably. So let's see what it has. Oh, this guy's back. Oh no. Let's see what happens. Some of them are so heavy and have that's not too bad. This damage is too high either. I think I've ran the spawn, depending on the weather. Living on like insanely high level now. The other one at the bridge is insane. The same kind of enemy, but the bridge has like 10 times more life on it, so it's so die. And he has like that. Well done. Burning now that the armor is losing. So the armor damage can start like burning from the sun like a vampire. And it's easy to black it because I'm fast enough. So yeah, do I have sword? Just have to go to turn off the paralyzation weapon here. That's not necessary. Yeah, that's necessary. Let's get the... Oh, pretty good actually. MP recover 15. I think that's the one I have. I think I currently have 12 ones. So yeah. No, it's not. It's martial weapon. There we go. Oh, this one's sorry. That's nice. So try here. Horror Mansion is back. This is probably the last time we're doing this playthrough. Getting somewhat later. I don't know, I've been playing like 3-4 hours now. Took a shower and played this game. About 3 hours.
お帰りな。
ただいま。
ところで、
はい。ご主人様。
セバス。
しかしながら、記録によると、ご主人様に私にも地下の研究施設へ。
魔物退治ならでも何を言ってるんだ。
Boss fight down there, I guess. Second floor. Why is it not the first one? Where is it? So Kaine can actually run in here. See, the AI is running, cheating. So under the fountain. You can't run inside the place. No, it's just a wrong. I mean, you can say it or whatever. See, no, it's this way. Come on, the counts will get it. This door. Yeah, that one. And now you press here. You get the fountain hidden secret. So this laboratory, so they created Emil, ancient weapon, magical Medusa kind of guy. This dungeon is super long, the whole dungeon. But now then the quest is probably shorter, like second floor. And it's really long. It's weird, like isometric. They're going all, Diablo. So now it's like, well, it's gonna be more button mashing, so it's gonna be. I can change the viewpoint to understand the button mashing time. The game is like, we know we're gonna button mash now a lot. So. But actually though, I do have the... given a little bit here, right? We have the key card. So I don't know what to look at. I gotta see the door here. We're inside the door. Nope, outside. So here, I guess, for food. I'm just like, why would I fight this? So yeah, this place, I mean, you definitely get sappers like the Afterlife, or hack and slash game. This place is like, yep, we're hacking now, so let's even give them the hack and slash labyrinth This could be like a Diablo stage straight up, right? It's like another game now, even more enemies. Så utan han är immun. Vad kan det bli för? I guess it was a bridge area. Here we go. This guy probably was a killer. Yes, so. Probably. Yeah. It's gonna be chaos. It's not chaotic. I want, maybe. Oh. This is kind of like what I expect. Oh, it's Russian mini boss right up here. Oh, what? Same drop it. Isn't this floor too? It's on the map, yeah. This is cabinet. Or is this floor too? What? But that was at the second door, so I think that was... Here's a playground. Let's keep placing the game. This, I think it's going to be the same factions as I have in Automata, perhaps. It's not here. Here, turtle. Yeah, so here you have the sister. It's like chained up there. Husby. I mean, I killed that guy. I got a pretty good item. Here's this. I think this is the actual go. Super annoying guy. I'm looking for a clue apparently way to doesn't say much more, right? I guess I go back. I don't know, try to find one here. Generally, you know, scary that place, but two babies. Huh. It looks the same. Oh, there we go. That's a bit.
どうやらここで働いていた紙がボロボロで読み取りにくいんが。海岸の街の可能性は低いが。
Give you a pen out. Unusual for this game, but it actually made me go out automatically. How nice. Okay, interesting. So a woman living in seafront.
海岸の街に行けば。
That's interesting. Okay, so now we're at seafront. And
紙には港。
so maybe here, answer that now. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it should be.
外はどうだった？
Very specific employee list. Even exactly where you live. Oh, look at here, this house. Here, interesting.
ちょっと尋ねたい。ああ、あなたのご先祖とかで。
ああ、はい。かなり昔のご先祖。それがどうかし。
その過去の研究内容。
そうい。
Or should it be like years ago?
お待たせしました。
1000 ago?
手紙か。
わかりません。ただ丁寧にしまってあったので。
暗号か。
ええ、構いませんよ。
よし。
Easy, I think it is. But it's kind of funny, like I mean, I think it's funny from the meta thing that it's an employee list where you live in. So exactly where you live. Oh, this woman lives at like over there, that house. It's like that is exactly how I feel how employment is works in reality. Yeah, you have like an exact, you know. She lives in the blue house on the first street, left to the left. You enter the city. Like sure, that's exactly how it works. There'll be an address or something. Let's see if he can read, maybe. In deciphering. Sebastian mentioned he was trying to decipher stuff earlier, so maybe.
これは
そうな。
エミールへと書いてあります。ご主人様へのエミール。
僕宛ての
エミールへごめんなさい。私たちの研究は あなたの人生を狂わせてしまう。せめてもの償いとして私はあなたの母親として振る舞いましたが、それでもあなたが少しでも救われていたら。
思い出しました。
Yeah, exactly. That sounds weird. He's like my relative, but it was like 100 years ago. That why his line was so. His line was so stupid. He was like, yes, a relative of mine. It's like what? But it wasn't. It's like 1,000 years ago.
他の人たちは僕たちのこと、その人のおかげで
お母さん、
元の姿に戻る方法は分かりませんでしたが、大切なお母さん。
ご主人様。
Okay. But that still weird. I mean, because the guy was like, oh yeah, she worked at the laboratory. How would he know that? Like, yeah, my like great grandmother. She was a lab assistant. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that. Like, what? Well, that's one quest. More. Getting closer. We have the horrible thing with the flowers left. Really annoying. Yeah, I want to go to the arcade now. See what else is. Man, I was hoping I was going to be right that he was going to be the weird store guy. Because they mentioned he was like a swindler that had a lot of weird items. So I was like, well, that sounds like this guy we're going to now. The weird store guy. But still, it was kind of funny too that he was the guy that we found with the mom that left her kids. And he was the guy that was, yeah, seducing all the ladies in the game. I need a fish, not a fish too. I don't know where it is at all. Yeah, I need a fish somewhere. Fisher in the game is fine, I think, but I just like how the fisher trainer never tells you anything. He's like, go and catch me a rainbow trout. You're like, where is the trout? He's like, catch me a rainbow trout. Like, he never tells you anything. He doesn't give you a single point of advice where to find them. So you just go to the next water place and fish stuff or something. It's weird. Oh yeah, this place still hasn't been turned into anything. Here's where you fight the evil boss for that matter in Automata, but it's like, this thing is definitely weird. It's a weird place. Still hasn't turned into be anything. It's also in Automata this place though. Kind of. Nice thing also. And of course the weird mask city is a hole there. That's my power level now. You want to get in same level as last time. It's still dive for so much. We did die a little faster, but how much? You level pretty slow in the game, or pretty slow, you definitely die slowly. Yeah, I mean it's like 1 hour per level, probably more than 1 hour per level after a while. I wonder what the max level is. It's probably level 99 though. But I have a very hard time seeing it being that high level when you beat the game. He's a horrible quest giver. Fucking flower girl. Horrible quest. Jesus Christ, man. Worst quest in the game by far.
Konnichiwa. Donesto sa. Monozera kyaru sketchy. Nan koto da.
Oh, that's it. Must be doing some weird thing. He usually gives you some other weird stuff, okay. So once he used Satellit. Which quest is that?
服の中に気持ち悪いな。
風呂にでも入りたいところだ。
シロ、風呂に入れるのか。
入れる。
そうか。
So yeah, let's give in that quest for the day. Then we have about, I don't know. They don't have that many quests left, right? So I mean, most is gonna be the goddamn flower thing. It's gonna block me for days. I don't know. The flower thing is so weird. I guess I'm gonna try again to maybe change the time setting on the console or something. Because I read that should work, but I tried, as I mentioned, it didn't help at all. Maybe you have to like leave 6, I don't know. Because yeah, well, poison wasn't before. It takes super long time frame. You have to wait for the flower to super annoying. I'm guessing the next main quest is gonna be inside over there, right? In the Petra thing, because you see that door in there they haven't opened. So it's a side quest to go there, but otherwise the main quest.
僕の部屋、それはさておき。
Yeah, I was like, no, but yeah, like it's like door you couldn't open in the desert palace. So I see that's the next quest probably, and maybe with the Cadbros. We need 2 more fragments at least. And it's like one is a Cadbros, one is sacrifice. That could be anything in this game, so I guess it's very much. But Cadbros, I could imagine being in the desert city, in the kind of like a hardest.
マンドレークの葉、待ってたよ。今度こそ船酔い。
Oh yeah, okay. Seasickness. That sounds like a lava portion.
Yeah.
Yes. なぜか精力剤ができてしまって。
Okay, yeah, it's like
もういいよ。
今度はロボット。まったく。どこをどう間違う。ロボット山でガマの油。
まあ毒を作ったわけじゃないんだし。
成分の効能もまるで違うではないか。
間違えるってことは誰にでもあるさ。
What are the cargoes? The next time back with the goddamn young place again. Well, I gotta go farm the one day though, I suppose. But yeah, that's it guys. We did the Mythical Forest, did the young place quest again, run around. Now I just hope that I'm hoping that the flowers works. And I see the flower, seriously, the flower thing it is random based, and if you fail right, you have to wait for like a day or 2 to try it again, like real life days. I mean, just to have played the game, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's super annoying. Super duper annoying. But I guess, so on. See you guys tomorrow with Fruit Basket and to meet you in this game after I stop working tomorrow and everything works.